roll. We already rolling, man. They said when we in here, the mics is always hot.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Man, thank you for coming through, man. Yeah. Like we said, man, sometimes, folks don't understand that the power of a relationship and then just the beauty of some people really want to do this and some people don't.
Yeah.
Right? I had to have a little argument or a little discussion, I should say, with an older cat and he was like, man, what's the purpose of your show? Is you bragging and boasting? You trying to have people get on and talk about what they have? I said, nah, man. I said, how did you miss the point?
Yeah.
I said, it's all in the intro. I'm a car enthusiast. I have a car. There's some things I would like to do. I'm pretty sure I can pay high dollar for some things.
Yeah.
Pretty sure I can pay mid-dollar for some things. I'm pretty sure I can pay low dollar for some things. But the whole point of the show is there's other people that want to do this.
Yeah.
And I'm looked around and there's nobody else that's doing this like me.
Yeah.
Right? There's nobody else in the Northwest that's giving us even car guys action, right?
Yeah.
I watch channel 711 on cable and all I see is a bunch of people that don't look like us.
Yeah.
And they're giving their opinion on cars and what they do. I said, man, there's gears in the rear. Man, we talking about everything.
Yeah.
Right? I want you, if you got a motorcycle, crotch rocket, if you got a sand doogie.
If you like the move, let's
if
talk
you
about
like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Put a gear in it, man. Slap it in neutral or drive and see what it do.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah, that's what I was just talking to your producer about before the show. Just anything to move. I've been in the car industry for a living, for quite a few years, and currently I work for Ford Motor Company and worked for Triumph previously. So yeah, I'm the same way. I grew up a Ford guy. My dad really got me into cars and whatnot. He was a ASE certified mechanic.
Come on, man.
My entire life. So I grew up, man. Over his shoulder and whatnot. So yeah, man. I appreciate the platform because, like you said, there's not a lot of there aren't any platforms that are focused around guys that look like us that have cars, and we have cars too.
We got a lot of them.
Yeah,
some people have some holy grails, bro.
Absolutely.
Some people are sitting on some. I mean, there's some, as my boy Dame would say. Shout out to Damon Miller, man. Some people got some honeycomb hideouts.
Yeah.
But they got cars that's just
I saw the episode with Damon, and it's funny. I actually grew up right down the street from Damon when we moved over from North Portland, moved over to Northeast Portland. So right over there, like on 22nd over by Concordia. Like,
come on, man.
So I used to see his big box Chevys all the time, and he probably doesn't even remember me or even know me, but when I used to stand at the bus stop there on 22nd and Deacon, and he would come through, either him or his brother would come through one of those big box Chevys. I was just like, it's so funny because it's like you never know who's watching, but even as a kid, I was watching him.
We was all watching, man. It was planting seeds, right?
Absolutely.
It was planting seeds, and a lot of people don't get, man, when you plant those seeds like that, you had a pops at home that was dealing with cars,
yeah,
but you got to see two different versions of dealing with cars.
Yeah.
You got to see a mechanic side, and then you got to see this is what the city bring out.
Yeah, exactly.
This is when we put our touch on cars, like how we do old schools, and how there's the low rider lane, and there's the just a bunch of different lanes, right? Yeah. That was, man, we were 12 and 13. These dudes was 15, 16, 17 years old.
Yeah,
in the game.
Yeah, with cars. Yeah,
with cars, and they had OGs that they looked to.
Absolutely.
So it's almost like it's like basketball, man. Man, pass the torch.
Yeah.
Pass the torch.
Right.
They got mad. I called him the Dunk King of PDX. Where was another dunk at that's out here?
Nobody was doing dunks out here in Portland, and I would venture to say I'm not real familiar with Seattle. I mean, Seattle's a lot bigger than Portland, so I'm sure they were doing it up there as well too. But here, bringing that type of, game and flavor up here, bro, it wasn't a lot of people doing that at all. It wasn't a lot of people doing that at all. So
that's all I'm saying, man. On gears in the rear, man, we ain't about trying to punk people and tell people what they're doing. We just, man, respect your build. We respect where you at. Let's build something.
Yeah, I look at it like motivation. If you looking at it as bragging and boasting, then you're looking at it wrong. I look at it as motivation. Like, we're sharing ideas, and that's why I don't consider myself a collector, because I never have. I mean, just space and just I don't have a warehouse where I can store all of these things in properly. But I like technology. I'm a follower in that tech. I do like the old schools. Don't get me wrong, but it's like the only old schools that I would own are, like I said, like the '63 Continental, or a '66 Impala. Everybody likes the 6.4, but I like the '66 Impala with
Look
the
at
glass
my
house.
man. See this?
Like that.
Come on, man.
It's just something about that body, something about that it's just 6.4s. Yeah, they're cool, but that '66 is just.
Well, man, you on Gears in the Rear, man. Once again, I'm here, another episode. This that Bronco talk. He got that big boy. I thought he had the baby turtle. We on Gears in the Rear, man. Let me go ahead and set this up, big fella. I got Reggie Lafayette in the building.
Thank you.
Y'all know what it is. It's your boy Mel P. Check it out. It's the podcast Gears in the Rear. It's where we're going to touch on the muscle cars. We're going to touch on the exotic cars. We're going to touch on the foreign cars. We're going to touch on the true expensive cars and how to make your car look expensive on a dime. Again, welcome back. This Gears in the Rear. This is my boy Reggie Lafayette. Got him here on the ones and twos. He's already exposed himself. He said he's a Ford guy. He's already exposed himself.
Not hard.
He's a Ford guy, and I'm a Chevy man, but I just love GM. GM is where it's at, man.
It's all right.
For some folks, it's just GM. You know what I mean?
It's all right. As long as you're keeping it home, it's all good. I won't hold it against you.
Oh, so here we go. In case y'all didn't know, man, me and Reggie go back about 30 years, man. We played ball against each other. We went to rivalry schools, Tubman and Whitaker. Some of y'all don't know about that because y'all was on the outskirts. It's okay.
You know, though.
If you know, you know.
Man.
Once again, man, we here, man, and he was just letting me know, man. So, I was talking to him, and I had to ask him, man, what got him in the love of cars, man? What got him going for cars?
Honestly, man, my dad, I've been around cars. I know it's so cliche. Everybody says I've been around cars all my life, but literally, my dad was a ASC certified mechanic, and he also worked for Quaker State Oil down in Texas when I grew up. So just being around cars, that car industry, him and my uncles, they would go out to the drag strip there in Texarkana, Texas, and either drag cars or they're fixing other people's cars to help their cars go faster. So literally, man, since I can even remember, I've been around cars, been in the garage, looking over my pop's shoulder, looking over my uncle's shoulder while they worked on their cars, other people's cars in the neighborhood. That was what they were known for,
Man, so you need for speed? You speed guy just to cruise?
Oh yeah, I definitely like speed. That's what Again, my dad was in motorcycles as well, and so for a while I was really into my crotch rockets. I had a number of CBRs and Ducatis and all types of bikes and whatnot. And I just recently got rid of my last Ducati. I had a Ducati Monster 821. Love that bike, super comfortable, but I got off the bikes. I'm off the streets now, just because the fun of it was kind of taken away. Just people are on their phones, and just the aggressive nature of driving nowadays. It just, the stakes just begot.
So we're gonna have another segment, man. So he went from 2 wheels back to 4.
Yeah.
In case y'all don't know, man, Gears in the Rear is talking a little bit about everything. Anything that moves, right? Anything that got gears. Excuse me. We're going to definitely have a segment where we're talking about bikes. I'm looking for more guys to get on here and talk about crotch rockets, Harleys, give us a breakdown more on some bikes and stuff. So we definitely going to get back to that and have you back on again for one of those segments.
Love to.
But while we got him here, let me tell y'all what this man is rolling. He has the Bronco, the new OJ. The new OJ.
Yes.
And that's what he's going to talk to us today about, man, because I thought he had the new Ninja Turtle. I thought he had the baby Bronco. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, you're going to talk to me about a Bronco? But you're going to talk to me about this little thing with the little B word? And he was like, nah, I got that big boy.
Yeah.
One of 20,000?
Yeah. They've had some production issues now. So yeah, there's about 20 to 22,000 that have been delivered and released right now. So it is kind of a unicorn type thing, man. It's kind of weird driving a Bronco, a Ford around and kind of getting the attention almost like a supercar. People stopping in traffic, people, taking pictures in the parking lot while you're in a restaurant or something like
Come
that.
on, man. He pulling my chain, man. Y'all hear this, man? Y'all hear me? He talking about the unicorn. And we definitely going to have pictures up. Y'all going to see what this Bronco look like because he talking your specs, man. Give me some specs on it, man. What you got underneath that Bronco? What we doing?
So what I did was it came with two engines. It had the 2.7 twin turbo and the 2.3 with the single turbo. I elected to go with the 2.3 liter with the single turbo because of some availability issues. And to be honest with you, I was a little optimistic, or I shouldn't say optimistic. I was a little weary, probably more appropriate, of just the size of the Bronco with the 4-cylinder, 2.3 liter engine. I was kind of concerned on power issues and whatnot, but
you thought it wasn't gonna have enough power?
Yeah.
Or you thought it was just like they was giving you that new fake power where it's not enough horses, but it just make you feel like you're doing something.
I mean whether it's fake or real power, if I'm moving down the road, I don't care how I get there. It can be fake or real as long as I'm moving. And then because I knew that I was gonna be putting bigger tires on there, I was kind of worried about that. But honestly, man, I have not had a single issue. The pickup is fine. The acceleration is great. I never thought that I would have that much fun or this much fun driving a 4-cylinder.
And that's why I say fake power, because I've been noticing as I keep doing more research. Like I said, man, gears in the rear, I'm a car enthusiast. I'm doing my research and I'm still learning and loving. They'll take the smaller engine and slap a turbo on it or a little weak turbo.
Yeah.
So you go from 225 horsepower to maybe 275.
Exactly.
And then think that you got some horsepower when you can take some old school technology, mix it with some new, and now you're pushing about 450, 500 horses in a Bronco to push them big tires.
Yeah.
So that's why I asked you that.
Yeah. Yeah. The turbo, it does. And you hit that right on the money. The specs on it, you're exactly right. 275 horsepower on that 4-cylinder. And then they advertise that if you use premium, you can get up to 300 horsepower out of it.
So check your gas traps again.
Yeah,
you know that issue that we was talking about, man. Some of these guys don't know they be putting that cheap gas in there and not getting the best quality out their engine.
Absolutely. Like people look at that price and of regular to Supreme, but if you really look at the math, it's negligible. But you're doing so much more for your engine, by just stepping up, just those few, just those little octane levels there. And so I'm very cautious of that. Even if they don't call for it, I still do it. I have a new F-150. I still do that as well too. And so, I'm not too big of a stickler on it, but I just run the better gas anyway. So.
And I always look at it like this. I say sometimes gas is the food, right?
Absolutely.
You want to go get the fast food.
What you put in and what you get out.
What you put in and what you get out.
Absolutely.
Make you take care of your body. You get that good food in you.
Yeah.
Now you get that good production.
I wish I had that same type of mentality with my food that I do with my gas.
I mean, so do I.
Man, oh man, that's.
Can you imagine where we'd be at right now when we was balling? Can you imagine where we'd be at right now?
Yeah, let's cut next segment. No, I'm just kidding.
So give me a little bit more about the specs, man, so we know what the motor's doing.
Yeah.
What size tires you running? What we running with we got a lift package? What we doing?
Absolutely, yeah. So the specs on it. So yeah, I'm running a 2-inch rough country lift on it on all four. I went with kind of a mid-level there because it is so new. A lot of aftermarket companies, they're still developing things. So I just wanted to just get it lifted before I went and dropped $4,000 or $5,000 on suspension, because I like the competition, because with competition, then you start seeing like some price drops and things like that for people to stay relevant and stay in the game. So I want that race to kind of heat up a little bit. So I went to rough country 2-inch lift, 17x9 black Rhino bar stow wheel on it with and I went with some 315 70 17 Nitto Ridge grapplers.
So those are not the ones when you ride you hear that. Whoa, 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 whoa,
No, it's no, they do pretty good.
Ride.
Yeah. You know, you're gonna get a lot of road noise. You're more apt to get a lot of road noise with your straight mud terrain tires. They do great in the mud, but you know, but yeah, you are more apt to get their road noise. Nitto does a really good job with theirs, and the Ridge Grappler is considered a hybrid.
Yeah.
So you get kind of the best of both worlds there.
Oh, okay.
It's not obnoxious. Does well in the on wet surfaces. Obviously, we need that being in the Pacific Northwest, but the Nitto Ridge Grappler, they're a really good overall hybrid tire, and I also run those on my F-150. So I'm a little fanboy in that regard there.
Okay.
You know.
Well, we got any beat in there? What we doing?
That is one.
Any beat in there? What it come with? It comes stock bows? What we got in there?
You know, that is one thing that, you know, though Ford pays my bills, that is one thing that leaves a lot to be desired because of the type of vehicle it is. They didn't concentrate on the audio system at all.
Okay.
I mean, like, there's no speakers in the doors for obvious reasons because the doors come completely off, so you're not going to put speakers there. So they got, you know, some very small speakers up on the dash, and it leaves a lot to be desired. Now, I didn't go with the B&O system. They do have a Bang & Olufsen system that comes with the Lux packages and things like that. I elected not to go with that because it wasn't that much better.
Gotcha.
For the price difference being that much more.
Right.
Sense.
So, no, it make a lot of sense because sometimes they sell you on, you can go get better beat at a different price from the store than you could retail with them giving it to you out the factory because they're just beating you upside the head. They basically somebody's designing, sitting back, watching what we do, watching all the car show stuff and say, hey, we add this to a package that we can add another value of what they think is the value on it and then stick you with the price.
Yeah. And then too, you know, it's a psychology game because if you take a $2,000, you know, I'm just throwing an arbitrary number out there. If you take a $2,000 system and you divide that up by 60 payments or 72 payments, that $2,000 all of a sudden doesn't seem so massive when you're already paying for a $60,000 vehicle.
Oh, talk to me.
So I mean, it's definitely a financial psychology game that's played there. It's why their stock price stays so high, right?
Do you hear that on Gears in the Rear? Do you hear that on Gears in the Rear? I told y'all we're gonna come with y'all with some numbers, some new stuff, some different stuff. My man said you take that 2 G's and you divide it by what you're doing to your payment. It just don't add up. Some shit just don't fit.
Yeah. So I mean you you look at the things like I looked at what I was going to be doing to it aftermarket because I already knew I already had a plan for this thing. And so I had already had everything mapped out. So when I was building it, I was able to pick and choose things that I knew I didn't need. Like I didn't need, you know, what they call the Sasquatch package, which is upgraded suspension, you know, bigger tires and fender flares. I didn't need that. I already knew what I was going to do. So I'm not going to spend, I think that package was extra, maybe 36 or 5,600, something like that. But
wow.
But you know, I looked at it as well. You know, I'll just parlay that over, just parlay that money for the options over into my own wheel and tire package and things like that, and I can customize it myself. And I just went with the basic black because I knew first thing out the gate I was gonna do a custom wrap on it because I wanted it to be.
There's an alert. There's an alert. The new OJ is getting custom wrapped.
Oh, it's done. It's been done. It's done. It's there. That will be in the photo drop that you'll be releasing to him. So
you guys stay tuned for it.
So yeah,
stay tuned for it. We had a guy on here, my man Dre Cut. We had a guy on here. He's been known for rapping foreigns and rapping a lot of stuff around the town, man. Look like we're going to have some new stuff at the Gears in the Rear car show July 2nd.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Gears in the Rear. We coming at you.
Oh, yeah. We'll definitely bring some things out for that car show there.
So what the interior look like? Talk to me about the interior.
So the interior is awesome. Like, so like the dash, for instance, very, very modern, very, very digital. Like my center dash, I have it's a 12-inch screen that gives me full nav, split screen navigation type
Oh,
things.
so they didn't spare nothing with that one, huh?
Oh yeah. I mean, they have the technology there. It's very similar to what are running in the F-150s and the Super Dukes.
So you got the big face. You got that big face that's putting out there.
Absolutely.
A lot of people was taking those big faces and putting them in old schools.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. It just really adds that luxe feel when you get into it. You know, you're like that's substantial. My the actual, like, the interior, I elected not to go with the leather again because I knew what I wanted to do aftermarket, and so hadn't done it now. But my plans are I'm gonna do just a solid black, or even maybe a two-tone cat skin leather car cover on it there. Just as like I wrap the outside, gonna wrap the inside as well too. Because again, this thing's gonna get beat up. Like it's gonna get muddy. It's gonna get dirty. This is not
okay. So we're gonna go play. We're gonna go play for it. We're gonna go get in the mud, get in the dirt.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna take a little pause for the cause. We got to pay some bills. I'd like to give a shout out to Thorn City Syndicate Management, GMP Podcast, my guys in the booth. Let me take a quick break, pay some bills, and we'll get back at you.
Collisions, scratches, bodywork, general repairs, car accidents happen. Avoid the headaches with Gresham Collision Center. We'll work directly with your insurance company and get your car up and running like new. Book your appointment today at Gresham Collision Center, 150 Northeast Kelly Avenue in Gresham, Oregon, 97030.
Man, you know, we right back at it. Like I said, I got my guy Reggie Lafayette in the building. He's a Ford guy. Daddy's a Ford guy. He bringing y'all that new OJ, that Bronco is wrapped. He done gave us some specs. We done talked about the motor, the interior, the package. He's going to put some music in it. And he definitely talked about doing a little off-roading. He's talking about beating it up a little bit. What does that look like, man? Where's the off-road sites at? Where do we take a Bronco at here out in Oregon?
Man, we live in just close your eyes and point in any direction. That is the beauty of living in the Pacific Northwest, especially in the area that we live in. I can literally walk out of my front door and I can go east or west, and I'm in the Cascades by Mount Hood, or I'm in Tillamook National Forest. The shots that you guys will see, those snow shots in the mountains, were just taken a couple weeks ago up in the Tillamook National Forest, and that's the beauty, man. We have hundreds of thousands of miles of off-roading trails that are less than an hour.
So is there a Bronco club? Is you trying to start a new Bronco club? Is there one out there? I mean, we see the Land Rovers, we see the guys with the Forerunners, and
the Jeep. The Jeep crowd is huge.
I've been hearing, man.
They are. Oh yeah,
it's
a cult
White.
following.
I gotta have my boy Marcus White.
It's
up
a
here.
cult following with those Jeeps, man. It really is. I'm impressed. No, I'm sure there is. I don't, at the risk of sounding antisocial and kind of a hermit or whatever, I deal with people every day for 60, 70 hours a week working. My free time, I like to get out. I like to get away, sometimes by myself, sometimes with just like some close friends and whatnot. The whole club thing. I mean, it's fine, not knocking anybody that enjoys that type of atmosphere with their vehicles. That's just not really,
and it's okay.
That's just not really
and
my
it's
thing.
Okay. That's what makes Gears in the Rear and everything we talking about so special.
Yeah.
No one's left out. Everything's covered. Sometimes I do that, man. I mean, I like being around the car guys. I'm starting to get used to dealing with some different car talk, learning some new shop talk, learning some things that work. But sometimes, man, I just need to get in there and ride by myself, man.
Exactly.
Put the windows down a little bit.
Exactly.
Let that little fresh air blow in and get used to a little peace and quiet. I don't even cut the radio on now.
Yeah.
And I love music, man.
Yeah.
Some days I'll literally just cut the radio off and just feel that vibe, man, as we keep moving forward, especially through this pandemic and all this other old bullshit we going through.
Yeah, man, it's been rough on a lot of people's psyche for sure.
But my guy Reggie's here, man. I need my guy Reggie to spit out his give me your info, man. Let everybody know where they can find you at if you got some social media platforms.
Absolutely. So the Bronco has its own personality. So so it has its own personality. So the Bronco's IG is Emo Stallion on IG. And they follow me personally for, just kind of my everyday doings and whatnot. Not that anybody really cares, but stay fly on the reg on IG. But Emo Bronco. That's where you're gonna get all the
You see how
stuff.
dope this is, man. Let me tell y'all something. In case y'all wasn't paying attention, he's a loner. He does a lot of stuff socially distancing,
man.
but the Bronco has its own page.
Absolutely.
Did you catch that? The Bronco. So OJ has his own page. You know what I'm saying? The new Bronco has his own page, man. We're not mad at that.
Yeah.
We're gonna salute that. Please follow the Bronco on this page. Gears in the Rear is definitely gonna follow it on this page, and we're gonna keep it pushing. But Reg, little birdie told me that you was working on something special, that you trying to be in a whole nother lane besides a Bronco, man. Somebody said there's a new lane you trying to dip in, and we have a spot for that on Gears in the Rear.
Absolutely.
Too. We have a foreign section. Talk to me.
Yeah. I'm gonna leave that. I'm gonna leave that cliffhanger out there, so we can do a special release, because I'm the type of person where I don't like to talk about it. I like to be about it.
That's what I'm talking about.
So when we talk about it, we're gonna have it. We're gonna have it right here.
So to my OGs that was talking to me, I told y'all I was gonna step my game up on Gears in the Rear. I told y'all it ain't about how much you pay for something or what you got in your pockets. It's about giving some exposure to all these youngsters and people that's following us that want to know how to get in the game. Again, I serve for the people. I'm here for the people. Gears in the Rear is going to have a special clip that we're going to do with Reg. He announced it here. We're going to do a secret unveiling when the time comes.
Oh, yeah.
Gears in the Rear going to be ready. We're going to be right there where he wants us to be, because he's going to put his foot in a whole new lane, y'all. In a whole new lane. And we're going to leave it right there on the cliffhanger, man, in a whole new lane, man. So my man Reg, you know what else Reg's like doing that I like doing, man? We like going shooting.
Oh yeah.
We definitely like guns.
I think I like guns more than I like cars. If I'm being perfectly 100 with you.
Okay, well, talk to me. Give me something. I'm a gun guy now.
Okay.
Trained my sons, trained my wife.
Absolutely.
Talk to my people. We like training. Talk to me about a good rifle or a good handgun that you got that's kind of one of your go-tos. So
my EDC, my everyday carry, if you will, is 6 hour, P365 XL, good capacity, good size. Of course, I'm a Glock fanboy just because they're good and reliable.
Are you a 45 guy or a 9mm?
I'm a 9mm guy.
Thank you.
I'm a 9mm guy.
Everybody want to carry these 45s like they just. I mean, I understand the caliber bigger, but sheesh.
Yeah. A 45 is great, but man, dudes that are carrying 45s, I'm like, bro, what you trying to prove? We're gonna
leave that alone. Some people little subject on that. But now that I brought that up and we're talking about guns, are you a fan or a component of having something contained in your vehicle? Like your Bronco, do you have how do we?
As of right now, I don't, because it is a soft top, and so I am very cognizant of the area that we live in and somebody being able to get in there. But I do, even though it's on back order, I do have some boxes and different systems that I will have any given time, depending on what I'm doing. I do carry what they call in Texas a truck gun, especially like when I'm driving around my F-150 or whatever. I do have an AR pistol that I carry in there. It's a little, as I'm talking, as I'm kind of giving the 45 guys a little hard time. I have a 50 Beowulf that it's obnoxious. It's obnoxious, I know, but
see, some of y'all don't know about the Beowulfs. Do your research. Like y'all car gods told me to do my research on cars. I've been doing it.
Yeah.
Do your research. Do your research.
Yeah, it's obnoxious.
It's obnoxious.
It's
but
obnoxious.
the reason why I ask him that is because, again, we out here, we got cars, we in newer cars, people stealing stuff. People's doing their thing. Just want everybody to be protected. And then when you got your car that you like, man, get you a lockbox or a system put in your car so you can stay protected and have it with what you need. Once again, man, my guy Reggie Lafayette is here. We're closing out another one, man. This is the Bronco segment. But again, we're leaving you with a cliffhanger. He going to step his foot in a whole new lane soon, and we going to be there with Gears in the Rear. Stay tuned. You guys can get at me on all the social media platforms. You can hear this on all your social platforms as well. If you want to get on Gears in the Rear, go to gearsintherear.gmail.com. You can send your info there. Again, you guys, the platform is for us to teach somebody, reach somebody, and do something that's special. Get on here, talk about your build. We respect everybody in their lane and where your build is at. If you got a $5,000 build or a $30,000 build, it might be a $100,000 build. Be ready to get on here and just talk us and walk us through the process. People is paying attention. We paying attention. Reach one, teach one. And again, July 2nd, I'm putting it in the atmosphere. Gears in the Rear first car show. We're going to have it about cars, dogs, and bikes. We're going to have a little something for the kids. We're going to try to give back to our community, show that the car game, respect the car gods, and that we're giving something back. Once again, thank you for Gears in the Rear, man. We appreciate it, and we're signing off. Thank you.